FADOA has started another project of the same nature, this time with a community-based organization in Kiambu called the Wendani Women's Group. We have an opportunity to see yet another example of the havoc that HIV/AIDS pandemic causes, particularly among the poor. This young mother in her 30s is HIV positive. She is raising her children alone, having been abandoned by her husband when he discovered that she was infected by the virus. When she left to Kambani, where she was married, she returned to her parents in Githunguri, who also rejected her for the same reason. It is the Wendani Women's Group who took her in and cared for her when she was ill, until she was back on her feet and ready to take care of her children. Such cases are common, yet anonymous, because groups such as the Wendani Women's Group are few and far between. We also listened to the testimony of this single father who is also HIV infected and is raising his 4 children alone. His wife died of AIDS after a long period of illness, yet he did not know what she died of. It was not until their last born was near death that he insisted that the doctor explain to him what he was suffering from. He then learned that both his son and his late mother had been infected by the HIV virus, and that his wife had died of AIDS. He was to be even more devastated and nearly lost all hope when he learned that he too was infected by the same virus. But today, because of the support of the Wendani Women's Group, he is managing to take care of his children and protect those who are uninfected from their little brother and he himself. The Wendani Women's Group has no money to feed, clothe, or send and keep AIDS orphans, such as those we saw today in school. They cannot provide house help sustainably when the single parents are too sick to take care of their children. Instead, what they give is moral support, encouragement, whatever food they can spare from their own gardens, whatever time they can afford to mind the children when their surviving AIDS-infected single parents are in the hospital, etc. This kind of support is critical, but it is sporadic and not enough to keep the children adequately fed or to maintain them in school continuously during the academic year. They have no means to provide school requirements such as uniforms, books, school fees, etc. And yet, with a little financial support to the work that Wendani Women's Group is doing, those children can be kept in school continuously. They can be looked after and fed adequately even when their single parents are hospitalized with AIDS opportunistic infections that are so common. FADOA through FADOA aims to supplement the gaps that such well-meaning CBOs such as the Wendani Women's Group are unable to fill due to lack of the necessary finances. We aim to contribute towards adequate feeding of those orphans, keeping them in school without interruption, and equipping them with necessary school materials in order to keep them focused on learning. Only this kind of approach can break the vicious cycle of poverty and devastation left by the AIDS pandemic.
It takes $50 US, to clothe a child for 1 whole year. That may not sound like much, but it makes a whole difference towards ensuring that those children attend schools without interruption. It takes another maybe $10 to ensure that the school materials for children who are going to primary schools that are funded by government, all they need to do is buy school materials like exercise books, like pens and pencils, like geometry sets and so on. Things that are important enough to, again, impact on the continuity of their school. For the viewers that feel moved to donate and become part and parcel of this project, the details, the contact points are detailed at the end of this video. Both the addresses as well as the website and email will be actually carried at the end of this video. I thank you very much.
Would you like to change an AIDS orphan's life? Would you like to change hopelessness to hope, desperation to aspiration, giving up to planning a future? Then send your tax-exempt donation to the following address: or you can also send your contribution through PayPal as explained on our website at www.fadoa.org.